What's up, It's watching, and I'm doing a live stream on my own once again. But this time it's reviewing two movies and also discussing Pixar. The two movies I'm reviewing are both Pixar films, and they are Inside Out 1 and 2. So Inside Out for 2015 and Inside Out 2 from last year, 2024. So we talk about the good and the bad for both these movies. I want to rate them out of 10. Then I'll reveal what my favourite of these two films are. And then I've got some other Pixar things I'll mention, such as the Inside Out spin-off series, Dream Productions. So, hope everyone's doing well. Before I get into this, the team that I support for football, Newcastle, they won the League Cup, which is very, very cool. It was against Liverpool, and my dad's very, very pleased. In fact, he was crying when Newcastle won. So I thought I'd go ahead and mention that. And you can see behind me, I've got my Newcastle mascot, Geordie Bear. That's what he called people from Newcastle. He called them Geordies. So, yeah, let's get straight into it now with reviewing Inside Out from 2015, which is one of my favourite Disney Pixar movies. So for the good, yeah, it's one of the Pixar films that makes me feel the most emotions. That's why it's one of my favourite Pixar movies. It's because I feel a lot of emotions watching it. There's some very heartfelt moments, but there's also some very funny moments in the film as well. It's got really great characters, but I'll just mention the two that really stood out for me, and that's the character Joy and Bing Bong. And I thought Bing Bong probably had the most emotional scene in the movie, and for the time he was in the film, he was probably my favourite character. But yeah, I do really love the character of Joy. She's very fun to be around, and yeah, I really like her relationship with the other emotions as well. I just think overall this is a well written, a well paced film with a well structured story. Haven't really got really many problems with the writing of the story, and you also really love the music as well. I don't think the soundtrack really gets talked about enough. I think it's a really great soundtrack. I love the overall message of this movie about embracing change and recognizing that feeling sad is sometimes just as important as feeling joyful, and also the film sort of encourages you to step out of your comfort zone as well. So I think overall it's an excellently made film, and one that I can watch loads of times. It's one of those sort of animated movies that I can just put on, have a good time, feel a few emotions watching it, and yeah, I just love watching this movie. Seen it several times now. But I have got a couple of things to mention for the bad, not just overall. I just don't think it's a perfect movie. I think some of the writing could have been done slightly better. Maybe some of the pacing could be slightly better. But I'm still going to give this film a 9 out of 10. Highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus if you've got Disney Plus. But if you have got Disney Plus, you've probably already seen this. But yeah, we went a 9 out of 10. And now I'll review Inside Out 2 from 2024, 9 years later. So for the good, excellent animation. I didn't touch upon that with the first film. I think it's done even better here. I think it's one of the best looking Pixar films has been. There's a lot of attention to detail as well. And there's also lovely inclusion of more emotions than being anxiety, envy, embarrassment, ennui. The other emotions for the first film, you had joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear. But fear is actually voiced by somebody else in this film. And in fact, I think this movie is even funnier than the first film. There's quite a few laugh out moments here, especially with a character called Pouchy. I think Pouchy is really funny. I also think both these movies have great world building, but this one just what I'd probably say kicks it up a notch with the world building. There's one funny part in the film, but there's an area called sarcasm. So it's a chasm that everything you say ends up having a sarcastic tone to it, which I think is really funny. But I also really like Riley's journey. Riley's a character that has all these emotions inside of her, Yeah, I really like her journey on the film, becoming one of the members of the Firehawks sort of ice hockey team. So I enjoy that part of the movie, but I always enjoy what the emotions are up to a lot more than what Riley's up to. But I think this movie overall is very enjoyable from start to finish. But for the bad, I don't think overall this is well paced. As the original film, I don't think it's quite as unique either. I do think that the parents get sidelined in this because I really like the parents in the first film. I didn't really feel like you got to see much of them in this one, which I thought was a bit of a shame. And also, one of the emotions, anxiety, I found a little bit too annoying. But I think the further in the film I got, the more I actually got used to that character. But overall, yeah, I think it's a really great film. Not quite as good as the original, so I'll put that out there, but I still recommend it. And I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. So overall, I prefer Inside Out to Inside Out 2. But there's a spin-off series on Disney Plus called Dream Productions, and I really like that series. It's not got any of the original Inside Out characters, but I really like the new characters in it. The animation looks great. It's quite a unique sort of idea for the series, and yeah, I think it's very funny, very watchable. Not many episodes. It's nothing amazing, but I still recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Inside Out. As far as if I were to give the series a rating, probably a 7.5 maybe. But yeah, I recommend that. But there's a few other Pixar things I want to discuss. I might as well do this in the live stream. And that's my top 10 Pixar films. Also going to mention my top 5 characters, top 5 duos, top 5 locations, and top 5 moments. So let's do top 10 Pixar films. I'll just quickly go through them. But I have one honorable mention. That's Inside Out 2. I wouldn't mention that one. And number 10 is Coco from 2017. I give it 8.5, same rate as Inside Out. Number 9 is Toy Story 4. Again, 8.5. Number 8, WALL-E, 8.5. Number 7, The Incredibles, 8.5. Number 6 is Inside Out. So didn't quite make the top 5, and that's obviously a 9 out of 10, because I mentioned that earlier. Number 5, Toy Story 3, 9 out of 10. Number 4, Finding Nemo, for the year was born 2003, 9 out of 10. And the top 3 are all 9.5s. Number 3, Toy Story. Number 2, Toy Story 2. And number 1, Monsters Inc. Probably the animated film I've seen the most, but could well be the movie I've seen the most. I'll never get tired of Monsters Inc. I absolutely love it. Top 5 characters. Number 5, Marlin. I love the journey that character's on. He can be quite moody and quite sarcastic at times, but overall, I really like how caring he is for his son Nemo, and yeah, I think overall is a really great character. But my number 4 is WALL-E, one of the most lovable Pixar characters. You can't go wrong with the character WALL-E. He's just so likable and so funny. My number 3 is Sully. I like him in Monsters University, but I love him in Monsters Inc. I think he's a brilliant character in that film. I love his journey with the character of Boo, and I think he's got a great friendship with Mike Wazowski. But my number 2 is Buzz Lightyear. He's a classic Pixar character. He's got some very memorable moments and memorable quotes. But my number 1 is Woody. Not only is he voiced by my favorite actor Tom Hanks, but I just love how he's written. I love his personality, the journeys he's been on in all the films, and yeah, I just think he's just the best written Pixar character. And it's my favorite Pixar character. So the top 5 duos now. So my number 5 is Dory and Marlin, of course, from Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. But number 4 is Ian and Barley Lightfoot from Onward. In my opinion, probably the most underrated Pixar film. I thought Onward was really great, and I was pleasantly surprised with that one. But number 3 is McQueen and Mater. Yeah, I'm going to give some Cars love here. But number 2 is Woody and Buzz. Toy Story, of course, my number one. Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc. But now I'll do top 5 locations. I'll just quickly list these. Number 5, the Pizza Planet from Toy Story. Number 4, Riley's Mind. My number from, of course, both Inside Out films. But number 3 is Radiator Springs from the Cars franchise. Number 2 is Monsters Incorporated, of course, the Monsters franchise. And number 1 is Andy's House from Toy Story. My top 5 moments from all these Pixar films. I'll go a bit more in depth with these. So my number 5 is the Incredibles Golden Years. So the beginning part of the Incredibles, when it's sort of Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl in their prime. And yeah, I really love that moment. I think it's very nostalgic and very fun. I also really like the character Buddy in it, and turns out he's a villain in the film Syndrome. But number 4 is a Pizza Planet. I love that moment when you first enter the Pizza Planet and introduces the aliens and the claw as well. Yeah, awesome stuff. But number 3 is Mike and Sully's work morning. That's what I called it. Basically, the beginning part of Monsters Inc. I love that beginning part of Monsters Inc. Very quotable, very funny, and just sets the tone and just explains really what's going on in this world. But my number 2 is both from Toy Story, but number 2 is a Toy Story 2 beginning. Very iconic. It's sort of like an adventure that Buzz Lightyear's on. Turns out it's a video game that Rex is playing. And I love that opening part. I could just watch that part in Toy Story 2 and not watch the rest of the film. But my number 1 is the Toy Story 3 final act. It's 10 out of 10 stuff. Probably my favourite third act of any animated movie. It's fantastic. Very, very emotional. To pay off as well. At one point, you think the toys are going to die, but the aliens save them, which I think is pretty cool. I'm glad the toys survived. I really am. But that's all I want to mention in terms of discussing Pixar. This isn't a very long live stream. It's probably in the next 5 or so minutes. I'll probably conclude this. But yeah. I'm glad I've got all my Pixar thoughts out there for this. And congrats to Newcastle for winning the Premier League Cup. Or the League Cups, I should say. Very, very cool. But I'm going to the cinema tomorrow to watch a film called Black Bag. So, yeah, I'll look forward to watching that. I won't do a short or anything on it, so I might as well just mention that I'm going to watch it here. And it's got Pierce Brosnan in it. It's also got Michael Fassbender as well, and Kate Blanchett. I think it's like a comedy, a bit of a comedy sort of spy thriller drama sort of film. It's only an hour and a half, so I won't be investing too much time in it. But yeah, I'm sure I'll like it. It might not be anything amazing, but I've heard some pretty good reviews on it, and I'm watching that with my dad. So I also want to mention that I've actually listened to all the Mamas and the Papas albums, so at some point I'll have to do a live stream on them, whether it's on my own, whether it's with a collaboration. I was expecting to do it as a collaboration, so I might leave it at that. We'll see. I've seen total 6 films in the cinema this year, so Black Bag will be the 7th. But yeah, I'll just wait for another 2 or 3 minutes and I'll probably conclude this. But please let me know your thoughts on all this Pixar stuff I mentioned in the comments. What are your thoughts on Inside Out 1 and 2? What's your favourite Pixar film, moment, character, duo, location, and just Pixar as a whole? I mean, Pixar to me are easily the best animation studio. Although DreamWorks is up there, I've got quite into DreamWorks. Well, I've always been quite into DreamWorks, but recently I've been getting really into DreamWorks. Of course, there's Walt Disney as well, but I think I prefer just Pixar. Pixar, I think they're my favourite animation studio. Yeah, I'll wait more. I'll make 2 more minutes, and I'll go ahead and conclude this. But I hope everyone whoever's watching, hope having a great day. And I'll also appreciate it if you could live stream a like as well. But very, very soon, I'm going to be doing my next video. I'm going to be announcing another contest. Yeah, I'm doing another contest on my channel, but it's for the members of the vinyl community, and it's to get me to 700 subscribers. But I'm only 10 away because I did a video that got over 2,000 views. It's my most viewed video. It's not even been out for 2 weeks yet. It's crazy. I think it's been out for a couple of weeks now, though. But yeah, it got loads of views, and it was a video that didn't even put a ton of effort in. I did put some effort in it, but effort, my videos and shorts and even live streams. But yeah, I was expecting that one to get so many views, and it was my top 5 mini games from Mario Party Jamboree. So yeah, I was expecting that to get 2,000 views, but it did. It only took me probably an hour to do the whole video. There's some that's taken me up to 2 hours to do, and I'll be lucky if they even get half of that amount in terms of views. So crazy YouTube algorithm. It's very, very, very unpredictable, but awesome that I got a video over 2,000 views. So yeah, I'll probably conclude this in a few moments. Just think if I've got anything else to really mention. Not really. I think after this I'll be watching some TV, listening to some music, just having a chill really. I listened to in total 3 new studio albums, or 4 new studio albums this year, but Ringo's still got my favourite studio album this year. I listened to Sam Fender's latest one. That's my favourite album of his. I've heard my favourite Lumineers album that came out this year. My favourite Lumineers album. So, but even with those 2, I still prefer the Ringo album. The Look Up album. The second favourite probably the Lumineers one, Automatic. And my number 3 would be Sam Fender with People Watching. But and those all 9.75 out of 10s. But I don't want to ramble on too about things that aren't really Pixar related. So I'll probably just go ahead and conclude it here. I really appreciate it. I've always been watching, and also appreciate the kids live stream alike. Let me know your thoughts and things Pixar, and hope you have a great day. But until next time, get my mouse working. But until next time, peace out, peace and love, and ciao, goodbye.